Ever been told you'd never make it to your dreams? I'm Mia Carter, 28, from Portland, Oregon. Growing up, my parents were convinced I'd fail. They pinned their hopes on my older brother, Noah, their gifted son, the future doctor who'd make them proud. Noah was the scholar, the one they cheered for at every science fair. Me? I was the dreamer, obsessed with acting, but they'd scoff. Mia, you're not Noah. You'll never succeed. I didn't resent Noah. He was supportive, even if he didn't see their favoritism. But my parents' doubt cut deep. When I landed a lead in the school play at 15, Dad said, "Acting's a waste, Mia. Noah's got a scholarship." Mom added, "Get a real job." Their words hurt, but they lit a spark, not to hate them, but to become a star they couldn't ignore. This story's got drama, a sneaky prank, and a moment that'll make you cheer. Ready to see how I shone? Smash that like button, subscribe, and let's dive in. Our Portland home was a cozy craftsman with a wraparound porch where rain pattered and coffee brewed. But for me, it felt like a stage where Noah was the lead and I was an extra. My parents, both high school teachers, valued stable careers. Noah, 20, was their pride, lanky with glasses and a knack for biology. He won science fairs, aced SATs, and had a pre-med track at Oregon State. Dad would say, "Noah's our ticket to greatness. He'll save lives." Mom kept a shelf of his awards, from debate to chess trophies. I was different. At 10, I'd act out scenes from The Wizard of Oz in my room, dreaming of Hollywood. By 14, I was auditioning for school plays, memorizing lines with a passion. But when I showed Dad my rehearsal videos, he'd sigh. "Cute, Mia, but Noah's studying for AP exams. That's real work." Mom was blunter. "Acting's a pipe dream. You're not cut out for it." Their doubt wasn't subtle. When I got a B in math, Mom said, "Noah never got below an A." When I joined the drama club, Dad suggested, "Why not science like Noah?" At 15, I landed the lead in Romeo and Juliet at school, earning a standing ovation. I ran home buzzing, thinking they'd finally care. Dad glanced at my playbill. "Nice, Mia, but Noah's at a med camp. That's the future." Mom added, "Don't waste time on theater nonsense." They framed Noah's acceptance letter, but tossed my playbill in a drawer. The worst came at 16. I'd been accepted to a summer acting intensive at Portland Center Stage with a partial scholarship. I'd also started a YouTube channel at Mia Acts, posting monologues and gaining 1,000 subscribers. I thought my parents would notice. At dinner, I shared my news, heart racing. Dad laughed. "Acting? You'll never succeed, Mia. Noah's at Oregon State, building a real career." Mom nodded. "We can't support your fantasies. Noah's our focus." My chest tightened. They'd paid for Noah's textbooks and dorm, but wouldn't help me? I stood, voice shaking. "I'll make it without you." I stormed to my room, slamming the door. That night, I scrolled Reddit's R Acting, reading stories of actors defying naysayers. One post hit hard. "Their doubt's your fuel. Shine so bright they can't look away." I grabbed my script, whispering, "I'll be a star." Noah's college send-off party was the final straw. My parents threw a backyard bash with a Go Beavers banner and a catered barbecue. Neighbors toasted Noah's med school dreams. I helped set up, but no one mentioned my play or YouTube. Standing by the grill, I vowed I'd become a star, and they'd all see it. But the road was tough. At 17, I worked part-time at a coffee shop, brewed Awakening, to buy audition outfits and a better camera. I'd rehearse during breaks, reciting lines to myself. My YouTube channel grew to 5,000 subscribers, but every view felt like a secret my parents didn't value. Noah came home for summer, and the house revolved around him. He was kind, saying, "Mia, your acting's awesome. Why don't mom and dad get it?" I shrugged, hiding my pain. My breaking point came at 18. I'd saved $2,500 from Brood Awakening and YouTube ads to attend a casting workshop in Seattle. I'd also been offered a role in a local indie film, a big step for my career. At a family dinner, I announced my plan. I'm acting in a film and building my career. Dad scoffed. "You'll flop, Mia. Noah's interning at a hospital. That's success." Mom added, "We won't bail you out when you fail." I felt crushed. That night, I applied for student loans, packed my scripts, and moved into a shared apartment near Portland State. I was done chasing their approval. Reddit's r/actors became my lifeline. Posts about grinding and acting gave me hope. One comment stuck. "They say you'll fail? Become a star." I taped it to my mirror, vowing to make my name shine. At 18, I moved into a tiny Portland apartment with two roommates, both struggling artists like me. By day, I studied theater at Portland State, learning stage presence and improvisation. By night, I worked at Brood Awakening, steaming lattes and saving every tip. My YouTube channel, at Mia Acts, became my stage. I posted monologues, audition tips, and short skits, hitting 10,000 subscribers. Every video, every line was a step toward becoming a star. My parents rarely called. When they did, it was about Noah. "He's acing pre-med." I'd nod, hiding my progress, and share nothing about my acting. My indie film role led to local buzz. I played a grieving teen, earning praise from a Portland critic. Mia Carter's a name to watch. I auditioned for commercials, short films, and theater, booking small gigs that paid $500 here, $1,000 there. But the grind was brutal. My camera broke, rent was late, and I lived on instant ramen to afford headshots. At 20, a break came. A regional theater festival, Rose City Stage, invited me to perform a one-woman show I'd written, Break the Spotlight, about chasing dreams against doubt. The winner got $15,000 and a chance to pitch to LA casting directors. I spent weeks writing and rehearsing, pouring my heart into the script. To save money, I biked to rehearsals, my script in my backpack. My parents didn't know. They'd stopped asking about my delusion. Rose City Stage was electric. Stages, food trucks, and thousands of theater fans. I performed Break the Spotlight, voice raw. They said I'd fail, but I'm rewriting the script. The crowd gave a standing ovation. When I won first place, I nearly dropped my prop mic. The $15,000 let me move to LA, and a casting director, impressed, offered an audition for a Netflix series. My Instagram, linked to my channel, hit 50,000 followers with messages, "Your story's inspiring me to act." But doubt lingered. Every step felt fragile, like my parents' words, "You'll never succeed," could undo it. For a laugh, I pulled a prank on my parents. Noah followed my Instagram, so I knew they'd see my posts through him. I shared a fake video of a terrible audition, captioned, "Rough day. Maybe acting's not for me." Mom called instantly. "Mia, we told you you'd fail. Come home." I grinned, planning to reveal my success later. Noah texted, suspicious, "Sis, you're trolling, right?" I sent a winking emoji. The real test came at 27. The Netflix audition landed me a supporting role in a teen drama, Chasing Shadows, set to stream globally. Then, I got an invite to perform Break the Spotlight at a National Theater Summit in New York, where I'd pitch to Broadway producers and TV execs. A win could launch me as a star, but the pressure was intense. Competitors had agents and years of experience. My parents' voices echoed, "You'll flop." I sent my family invites to the summit with a cryptic note, "Join me in New York City, August 15th. I wanted them to see their failure shine. I threw myself into prep. I rewrote Break the Spotlight to include my Netflix role, blending humor and heart. My team, two Portland State friends, a director and a stage manager, helped rehearse. We rented a studio, maxing out my credit card. Challenges hit hard. My costume ripped, forcing a last-minute fix. I got hate online. "She's overhyped." One night, I found a Reddit post on r/acting. "How do you silence doubters?" A reply stuck. "Don't silence them. Outshine them." I taped it to my script, pushing forward. My team rallied, and we nailed the show. I stood in our studio, script in hand, whispering, "This is my star moment." The New York Theater Summit was a dazzling spectacle. Broadway lights, velvet curtains, and execs in sleek suits. My stage was set with a single spotlight. My Break the Spotlight props minimal but powerful. I wore a black jumpsuit, hair loose, nerves electric. My team hustled backstage, tweaking lights. My parents and Noah arrived, looking lost in the theater crowd. Mom clutched her scarf, Dad frowned at the program, and Noah scanned the stage, confused. They hadn't connected my invite to this. I took a deep breath and stepped into the spotlight, the crowd swelling to thousands. "Hey, everyone," I said, voice steady despite my racing heart. "I'm Mia Carter, and Break the Spotlight is my story. It started in Portland, born from being told I'd never succeed. Today, I'm on Netflix with 200,000 Instagram followers, proving dreams aren't delusions. I launched into the show, blending monologues, songs, and clips from Chasing Shadows. The crowd laughed, cried, and cheered. I shared my journey. My parents said I'd fail, betting on my brother. But this stage is my proof, not to them, but to myself. I glanced at my family. Mom's eyes were wet, Dad's arms uncrossed, Noah's phone up, filming. The show ended with a line, "I'm not just acting, I'm a star." The room erupted in a standing ovation. Cameras flashed as I bowed, tears streaming. The judges announced, "For storytelling and star power, the winner is Mia Carter." I won a $500,000 prize and a Broadway development deal. The crowd roared. Off stage, my family approached, faces raw. Mom hugged me, sobbing. "Mia, we were so wrong. We didn't see your light." Dad, voice hoarse, said, "We thought we were guiding you, but you're a star. I'm sorry." Noah grinned, holding a crumpled playbill. "I kept this from your Romeo and Juliet at 15, he said, eyes misty. "You've always been a star, sis." I laughed, hugging him, my prank forgotten. The twist hit me later. Their doubt wasn't malice. They feared I'd struggle, blinded by their own view of success. But it fueled me to become a star, not just on stage, but in my own heart. My acting wasn't just a career, it was proof I was enough. Today, Chasing Shadows is a Netflix hit, and I'm developing a Broadway show with 1 million Instagram followers. My parents watch every episode, and Noah's my publicist, hyping my projects. But the real win? Knowing I turned doubt into stardom, proving I'm enough. If you've been told you'll never succeed, hear this. Your dreams are your spotlight. Act, create, shine. Become the star you are. You're not a failure. You're unstoppable. Thanks for watching my story. If it lit you up, smash that like button and subscribe. Comment, Who said you'd fail and how'd you shine? I'm reading everyone. Share this with someone chasing a dream and hit that bell for more. Let's keep shining.